Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our daily market insights. And this is when we review your favorite stocks in the Philippine Stock Exchange. At the same time, we discuss the thought process behind our insights. So you will learn the basics of technical analysis here. And on the screen right now, you see our the tool that we use, and this is Investograms. Okay. All right. So please say hi so I can greet you. Hello, Randy. Thank you for dropping by. Do you have any requests? Let me also ping our friends in Facebook. We are live, friends. Let me just invite them. We are live. Okay, there you have it. Okay. Hi, Amps. Good evening. Okay, so how are your stocks? Okay, Randy. Randy's the first one who requested. Let's do this. Okay, finally we have reached Friday. It's been so busy. I bet you guys had a very busy and full week this week as well. But of course, we're trying to form a skill here. So despite the busy schedule, we find time. Okay, wow, this is a bounce for MBT. Oh, it respected this. So it used to be a resistance. So I haven't had a chance to review my insights as of yesterday. I wanted to find out if my analysis are correct. But yes, this is a bounce for MBT. It looks like we are now going to face another wave here. But chances are, for this stock, normally if you have traders, there are some active traders here, they might take profit and it might give us a chance around 67, between 67 to 66. In the event on Monday the market gives us a chance at that level, then I think it's also a good time to do a test buy. And I would assume many of us here are investors for this stock. So overall, if you're going to look at it in, let's say, a monthly chart, I feel that this is still at a reasonable price. Yes, look at that. We now entered above the MA20 line here on a monthly chart. So, yep, I think it's a good time to start accumulating volume for MBT. Still waiting for DMC, yes. I'm waiting for my Jollibee as well to go up. I entered at 215 and it experienced some breakdown in price, but at least somehow, there's dividend that's scheduled to be released, so I'm still, chilling. For DMC, okay, it still continued to decline. I would have to say we are still not seeing any possible signs of the reversal yet. Yep, from here to here, still not giving us that, but this one over here is also a little higher than this point. But if you're going to look at it from here, it's in a downward direction, so I would have to say it might still continue to give us some red candlesticks in the coming days. But if we are to look at, let's check out the weekly chart. So heavy sell off. Okay, it might test this area once again. I see some support in this level, actually where it is at right now. But we are in a weekly chart, by the way, so look at this. Support in this area. So I hope it does not break that area, otherwise we need to find another possible support, and it's gonna be a little far now. But overall, let us see. Is there... No, it's still selling. That's happening here. 8 days ago. So yep, we'll just have to wait because we have entered at the, at the, you mentioned the other day at around 8 pesos area. I hope it doesn't give us, we don't have to wait too long for it to reverse. Okay. So DNL, East West, ISM, IRC for Romeo. Okay, let's do that. DNL. Let's go back to the daily chart. DNL, I would have to say I'd wait near the, of course, MA20 line. Let's see if it gives us a successful bounce in that level. Normally it's in the MA20, 8.65. That's an area to watch out for. If it gives us a bounce, good. Otherwise, if most of the action happens below that, then it might continue to experience some breakdown in price. Okay, so it's the 866 level that we need to watch out for. East-west. East-west looks like it's resting. Okay. Try to create a support in that level. See this? It used to be a resistance here. Now it tried to create a support in this level. So if you want to add more volume or enter in the stock, 12.64 is the entry price that I would like to recommend. Yeah, because sometimes the market, if you use a much faster time frame, normally there would be chances where the market the sentiment is really on a bearish and gives you the chance at that level before it goes up. So if I am to recommend, I would still stick to the 12.64 level. Get in as near as you can in that area, because if if it dips downwards, then you can just set your 3 to 5% stop loss level, and at least you won't be losing that much. But if you enter around the resistance area, your 3 to 5% will easily kick you out. But if your entry point is in the support, and since it's an area where it bounces, then you will not have to worry, right? ISM is another, it's a bloodbath that happened here. Downward still, no signs yet, like DMC. Yeah, still a strong selling sentiment that happened here. So I'd like us to, of course, follow the Bollinger Band trading strategy, where we have to wait first for that green candlestick to come out before we can say, okay, it's the downward movement is over. Because right now it's still triggering that lower Bollinger Band, so it might continue to go down. IRC. Let's check out IRC. Hey guys, just drop a comment if you have your requests, okay? By the way, for those who have not subscribed to our channel, my only key ask is please continue to support Miss JD so that we will try our best to always be consistent in our daily rigor. We'll review your favorite stocks, okay? So that's my only inspiration, seeing the channel grow daily. For now, let's go back. IRC. Let us see. It's triggering the lower band. So notice here, we're still outside the yellow line. So while it's true that it triggered, it bounced when it reaches the 1.23, we're not 100% safe yet. But you're already near the oversold level. So I don't see any, let's see, let's check what is this line. So it's moving up. Let's see how. No. Okay. Slightly. This one is slightly higher than this one. Where did I draw that? Like over here. So it's slightly, okay, following the pattern that we are looking for. Price going down and RSI is moving upwards, but I recommend to wait till you see that green candlestick first before you enter in the stock. But I think it won't be that deep anymore, hopefully. Okay. Hello, Donald. MBT Meralco DMC, please. Yep, I just shared MBT. MBT looks like it's going to face another wave, and I entered 66.44 as the next best area to enter at. Meralco. For Meralco, you have a bounce here. Wow, nice bounce. How many percent was this? 3.45. Yeah, with the very low volume in the Philippine market, 3.5% is already a significant change in price. So I would have to say, look at this. This is the engulfing candle that I was mentioning. So yesterday it ended outside the Bollinger Band, but right now you had this solid green candlestick where the price is much higher than the previous day's starting price. So this is an engulfing candle. So if you want to get in, I think I would have to say we're now about to face some more green days for Meralco. Now, if you want to get in halfway between 317 to 322, I think that would be a tolerable or an acceptable entry price. 321.99, 322, that's still the same area almost. Hi, AJ Kumar. Welcome. We have a viewer from India. Welcome. Can you please provide Nifty information? What kind of information would you like to know? Just to give you an overview on what we do here every day. So we are really focused on the Philippine market, and sometimes we also have some friends who would like to ask how their stocks are performing in the US market. So these are the two markets that I am focused. And also I use two indicators. The one on top is the Bollinger Band and RSI. So I just review them and I share my thoughts on what drove me in saying those insights. So I used the combination of Bollinger Band and RSI when I analyze stocks. Okay, so just hang in there. Maybe you will also get some insights. It's regardless of the market, it just follows the same theory or thought process in all these indicators that we use. It will also apply. Okay. Hi Ethel, ACEPH for you. Okay, so this is ACEPH. So it looks like it's already trying to bounce here. So previously it ended outside the the lower Bollinger Band, but look at the size of our candlestick here. It's not a guarantee that it will right away move up. Okay, so remember our concept here. We need to see an engulfing candlestick, a green engulfing candlestick that is much higher than this red one. And the theory says that you have to wait within the next 3 candlesticks. Any of those candlesticks should engulf this red one. Okay, because yeah, I have a feeling you see this. This is a gap up. There's a big chance it might revisit that gap, and I'd like to plot it here for now because it might, reach that level before it gives us a good bounce like this. Okay, could be. What time frame is good for intraday short time trading? Okay, if you would like to do day trading particularly, I recommend you look at the daily chart first so that you have a clearer picture of where the direction is heading towards. And now let's say if the sentiment is suggesting that, I mean, the market sentiment is suggesting that it will potentially go up, then try to look at it in a much faster time frame. For example, this one. Um, let's try Meralco, for example. Let's go back to Meralco. Okay, so for example, this pattern is suggesting that we might see some more upward movements for this particular stock. And now, if I want to go intraday, normally 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes are a good time frame to use. So, so this is what I am going to do, following the same concept. Because this is the Bollinger Band, it still follows the same concept. So look at this. Your 15-minute chart suggests that this is the area exactly where I plotted it. That's where your MA20 line is at. So if it bounces, so I would have to say I'd wait for this to bounce near the MA20 line before I go enter at this level. Okay, and also I would have to check this one out. Whenever you have a constricted Bollinger Band, chances are it will explode, meaning to the upside or downside. Now, always use MA if most of the action is happening above the MA20 line. Um, find the support. If the support is near the MA20 line, that would be your entry price. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so to answer your question, if you're doing day trading, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, you can, if possible, have those two windows open so that you would see that that is really the movement. Sometimes if you see a, let's say, a bullish movement in a 5-minute chart, and you don't check the 15-minute chart, you think that it is already moving up when in fact it's just a very it's a short-term increase in the price, but overall it's not the real story, so you might be deceived. So it's best that you first look at the um, longer time frame, let's say by the daily, and then you zoom in to a more faster time frame. Okay, what time frame? Okay, AC and Tech. You're welcome, AJ. I hope you can share our channel to your friends, or you can subscribe so you can also join us in our daily insights. Okay, and ACN tag, right? AC. Okay, so we're at the 15-minute chart. Let's go back to the daily chart. So always remember, guys, apart from the Bollinger Band and the RSI that we have here, two most powerful indicators. You'll never go wrong with these. Find the support and find the resistance. Okay, so that's what we always do. So from where it is at right now, we check the next possible support. Because look at this. This is a bullish candlestick. If it appears near your support area, this is what we call a hammer. But let's first find out where the support. So if for you to successfully do that, you have to back test. That's what they call it. You back test by looking at the historical data or what the performance was in the previous days or even weeks and months. So from where it is at right now, a screen from that area to the bottom or move downwards, do I see any area where consolidation happens? Right, so sometimes it's not giving us a clear signal, then I zoom out. Okay, so we are now in a weekly chart. I see that there is Okay, so I'll plot it here first. The reason why I plotted that there is because of this. Price hitting this area several times. Okay, going back to what I did from where it is at right now, I screen downwards, looking from right to left. Do you see any consolidation or days stopping at a certain area multiple times? This is the one that I see first, and it was confirmed because previously this was a resistance as well. Look at that. This used to be a resistance, right? Resistance. So your previous resistance becomes a support. Then it moves up again and goes down again. Then that means this could be the next possible support. So if you are to ask me, is it a good time to buy? I'd have to say I'd wait till the market gives us a chance at the 776 pesos area before I enter. Because look at this. While it's true that this is a bullish candlestick, it's not uh, hmm, yep, it's not that solid yet. Okay, because let's see your RSI. Slightly higher though. Okay, slightly higher. But people might take profit, and let's see if the market gives you a chance around this level. But if it creates a brand new support in this area, probably wait another day. If it creates a support in that level, like it might move sideways, probably wait for 1 to 2 days before we see a confirmation. If the price breaks down, then your next possible support is this area. Okay, 776. Okay, good question. Became daily live. AJ, yeah, I try to do daily live, although I still have to work on my consistency because the time that I do live is not very consistent. Sometimes I would arrive home around this hour. Sometimes around 1 a.m. Manila time, I still do live, but I try my best to really record every single day. So that's my commitment to you all. Expect insights from me on a daily basis. Time wise, it could be a challenge, but definitely you must expect one from me. Okay, so I hope you can drop by every day and check out our insights, and you can even do drop a comment if you have a specific stock you'd like me to review. Anyway, which indicator are you should I use? Okay, so good question. When I started, I also used MACD, and let's just add MACD. MACD is also very powerful and very easy to understand. Let's try to add that here. Is it clear? Do you see the blue line? Insert indicator. So look at this line. When this blue line over here overlaps the red line, then that means the next move is going to be upward. It's going to give us a bullish movement, right? So your cue is always get in near or when this blue line or the faster indicator overlaps the red line. Okay, so I don't really make changes to the settings, and so far it's working, right? Now, so when it gives us this signal, when the blue line goes below the red line, then it will move in a downward direction. Let's find another one since tech. But for me, if you know, just to share to you, I'm more comfortable in using just two indicators because sometimes if you have so many indicators on your screen, they give you conflicting insights. So I just pair my Bollinger Band and my RSI, and I'm already good. So very powerful setup is when the price is going down and your RSI is already moving up, then that would mean a possible reversal. Okay, check this out. Around this level, if I'll draw this vertical line, okay, check this level. Okay, I'll draw that white line. Okay, so this candlestick is red, right? It we experienced a breakdown in price, and look what happened to your MACD. Your blue line is now, your blue line crossed the red line. So the moment it crosses the red line, or let's say it's about to, and you're already near your profit area, go ahead and take profit because the next move would mean it is going to decline. So let's try. Okay, but in the meantime, let's check out this stock first. It's moving downwards, but let's check your RSI. Okay, not very solid yet, but at least we're now seeing some signs of some bullish movements, but it might repeat this setup again. You had that red candlestick and then a green one, but because we're still outside of the Bollinger Band, that would mean we're not safe yet. I think it's the same story as this one. You also had a green candlestick, but because we are still outside of the Bollinger Band, we're not safe. But if you are to ask me how far will it go down, let's check. Okay, then I would have to go and check backwards. Do I see any support from where it is at right now? And I scroll down further. Oh, seriously? Did we just reach an all-time low for this stock? This is also not a good sign because your MACD is about to go down as well. I wonder if you're seeing my blue line. The blue line is so not clear. Let me just check that. Settings. Let's change that to white. Okay, do you see that now? The white line is about to, it's giving us that sign that it'll cross the red line once again. So, and we have reached an all-time low, looks like it. See that? So be extra careful. I would have to say I need to first see price, first of all, ending inside the Bollinger Band, and that should be much higher than this candlestick, and so we can say, yeah, we have just created a support. So be extra careful, guys. Still a wait and see game for this stuff, but oh, look at this, we're already out at the oversold area, so hopefully it doesn't really stay long in that area before it gives us a bounce. In MACD indicator, how to avoid fake signals. I would have to say you have to also complement MACD with another indicator. Okay, you have to either use RSI or Bollinger Band. Some people use moving averages, and they have here in the Philippines. I'm not sure if this is an international term, but they've coined a term AOTS. It's the alignment of the stars, right? So they use multiple moving averages in different settings. So some of them would use MA20, MA50, MA50, MA100, and MA200. So for the concept of alignment of the stars, 20 must be higher than 50, and 50 must be above the 100 MA, and then 100, MA 100 should be above MA 200. And then that's when we can say, all right, this stock is going to move upwards. Okay, so MACD is fine, but I suggest pair that with another indicator. And I have a bias. I like Bollinger Band and RSI. So if you want, you can choose either one of them, or yeah, probably Bollinger Band and MACD. So just continue, never stop researching. I also learned everything in YouTube. So hopefully, let me know if you would like me to also share to you some. I'm thinking of other things to share to you guys. Maybe I can look for good YouTubers where I've learned so many things from. Just let me know. I can look for them. I have a few on my list. Okay, so let's go back to Ali. Okay, Ethel requested for Ali. Did we already check ACPH? There you go. Ali. So this is the support I'm seeing. Ethel 2.36. For Ali, I don't know how to hide this. Okay, let's check out Ali. Let's just put it there first. Let's put MACD here first. Now, let's screen. Look, your Ali here is still, this is we're not safe yet. We're still red today. So I'd like us to find our next support. So what's interesting is screen. Okay, this is a support, 43.56. Okay, do you see that? This is the next possible support because this area you had some consolidation here. It used to be a resistance over here and another support in this level. So it just repeats, right? And another resistance in this area. Well, this one is slightly higher, but it is an area, so it could sometimes overshoot. So yeah, my conviction is really in this area. Okay, so it might revisit that once again and create a support before it bounces. And also, you are already at the oversold level for your RSI. So let's check, okay? So my disclaimer is you have to first check what the price action is around 43.56. So if we see some consolidation, normally I'm not saying these things to happen overnight, guys. It might revisit here, do some sideways because normally it does that before it goes up. Okay. But if that line gets broken, then you might face another downward movement, something like that. Okay, so your condition is the price should not go lower than that. Otherwise, you might face another wave of downward movement. Okay. can you please provide some information about RSI indicator, how to use it? Okay. I will try to search and I'll also share it to you guys. But always remember, first thing, when the price is moving down, okay, let me just show you an example. When a price is going down, your RSI should already move in an upward direction. Then you can say you have a bounce. Let's check out JFC. When did we see that? Okay. Let's find a perfect example. Okay, here is a perfect example. Your price was moving down. Over here, price was moving down, and your RSI is moving up. In the next course of action, it bounced. See that? It bounced. Okay, so now, then the next question is, how much of a movement will it create? That you cannot really determine right off the bat. But because I have a Bollinger Band here, I have another indicator that will warn me that this could potentially be a resistance. Because if our price moves below your MA20 line, okay, your MA20 line can act as a resistance. Look at this. It followed it. Even though it did not really touch the exact line, but each time it moves up and goes near your MA20 line, there is some rejection that is happening. Okay. Can you see this? When it reaches this level, which is very near your MA20 line, rejection. There's another rejection here. Another rejection. But when it crossed above the MA20 line, then you have a brand new wave. So again, price is moving downwards, RSI is moving upwards, then you'll have a reversal. Now, what happens if in this situation, okay, price is, so this is again in the context of the RSI. Let me just load this once again because it's, one moment. Let's just reload it. Load chart. I'd like to go back to my original layout. Okay, so let me use JFC once again. Okay, so the first concept, while your price is going down and your RSI is already moving in an upward direction, then that would mean any moment from now, you're not far from reaching a possible reversal or bounce. Now, what if the price is moving in an upward direction? Okay. The perfect example is this one. Let me see that. Here. Let me draw this line. Going upward. Okay, here's another example. Your price here is moving in an upward direction, right? Here. Your price is moving upward in here, but your RSI, that should be here, okay? But your RSI is already giving us a downward signal. Oops. Okay. Upward, price is moving upward, but your RSI is moving downward. That means the momentum is starting to die down. Okay, then what happened next? There are some fluctuations, but overall, the trend is really moving downwards. Okay, price is moving upward, and your RSI is already giving us a downward direction. That means next course of action is it will go down. The third concept, okay? Third concept is you have some price consolidation at the resistance area. Price here, right? Moving just up and down in that area. But your RSI is already moving downwards. That means it's already giving us that, the momentum is already starting to die down. That's the third concept. See the difference? First concept, price is going down, but RSI is moving up, then possible reversal is next. Next concept, point number 2, the price is moving upward, but your RSI is moving downward, then that means momentum is dying down. It will go down eventually. Third concept, your price is consolidating at the resistance area, but your RSI is slowly dying down in the momentum. That means it will eventually experience a breakdown in price. There you have it. But let me go back to the current state of JFC. Where is it at right now? Okay, so let's first check. Is it much higher? It's higher. A little higher. This is also a little higher over here. And then your price is moving down. So the only thing we need to wait here, right, it's going down in price. Your RSI is slightly higher. So what we need to wait here is, for the price to stabilize. We don't know where the area is because it might still go down further. I'm not saying that the moment you see RSI giving us an upward direction overnight, it will jump. No, it will still find a support and stabilize in that area, do some sideways for several days before it goes up. Now, all we need to do is check the next possible area of support. And for me to do that, I would sometimes do it weekly chart so I can right away see. Okay, so the other day I said I wanted to watch out at the 188 area, and I'd still like to stick to that because this is the area that I see, right? In a weekly chart, see the beauty of expanding your analysis. I see price stopping at this level for how many weeks, and then there's a bounce. So it might test, okay? Again, it might test that area. And if you see a bounce at that area, so that could mean a reversal because your second hint is your RSI is already giving us that upward movement while the price was moving downwards. So area to watch out for, 188.60. Alright. You're welcome, AJ. I hope I was able to help, but I don't have a lot of tools. I only use the charts when I explain. I'll try to familiarize the streaming or the tool that I'm using when I do live so that I can also use other like a notepad and I can draw, because right now I only know how to use just one part of this tool, so that's stopping me from opening another browser or notepad. Yep, I agree with Romeo. ISM is good for long term. ISM is good for long term. Is advised IM for long term. Okay, Romeo, I am actually in ISM, and I have to say, yeah, I'm also on a negative with ISM. I entered this stock a long time ago when at the height of the third telco, when they announced third telco, I entered, and I was also able to get in. Actually, I've traded ISM multiple times. I ride the wave, or I did the breakout play. That's what you call it. And then eventually I left some for long term. And I'd have to say yes, but do not put a large amount of money yet, because we're still speculating at this point. So given that this stock is going to be our third telco, I would have to say the price might potentially pick up when it starts its operation. But the reason why some people are in there early in the game, because the moment it starts to pick up, price will already be very high. So if you are there for long-term purposes and you don't really mind the fluctuations, just just wait. Okay? So that's also my thought process why I entered in ISM. In fact, in whatever I do in the Philippine market, they're all long term because I work in the morning, and it's just mind setting, right? If you know where you stand in terms of your trades against investing, you won't really be bothered. So let's say for East West. East West is a very good company. I don't see any negative news about East West. Let's check. But it's just really market sentiment that is driving the numbers down, but it's starting to pick up now. Look at that. Overall, you're at a very cheap level for East West, and I'm already at the weekly chart, mind you. So every candlestick would mean 1 week. So it's starting to trigger the upper Bollinger Band in a weekly chart, and it might even go down again. But we're now moving above the MA20 line. See this consolidation? Almost 1 year of consolidation. But it's normally that's how the market moves. It goes up. I'll draw that. It goes up, consolidates in an area before it goes down. In the same manner, it can also go down, consolidate first before it goes up again. So this is what I'm seeing for East West. So almost 1 full year, price has been very bullish, and then it consolidated in this area, and then there was a breakdown in price, and now we are already consolidating, and then chances are it will go back once again. So I think this is a perfect time for East West to um, start accumulating volume. And if I am to recommend based on my Bollinger Band here, 1219. 1219 is a possible area of bounce. That's and that could be your entry price for a long term. Okay, let us check out BDO. For BDO, oh, so it's Friday once again, guys. So I'm open. I can exceed for more than an hour for as long as I have people joining me. We can talk about anything about the stock market or any questions you have, I can answer. Okay, so BDO, Tara, BDO overall is a very good company. If I'm not mistaken, it's in fact the biggest and the number one bank. Anyone can contradict, but um, leading back here in the Philippines, right? And if you see a downward movement, it's just technical analysis. But if you are to also look at the other side of the coin, which is the fundamental analysis, nothing's wrong with BDO. So it's just that technicals wise, it's giving us a bearish movement. So where could it potentially bounce? Let's check. I'm not saying it will do it in this area, but I'd like us to check what happens when the price reaches this level. And the reason why I said that is this is a resistance, another resistance over here, a resistance over here, and now we've finally moved above that resistance. So chances are it will test that resistance, create a support before it goes up again. So the area to watch out for would be 149.76. Okay, Randy, MPI. All right, let's check out MPI. Well, at night I also trade the U.S. market when I have the chance, and you'll be surprised, guys. You know what? People are so intimidated about the U.S. market or the international market, but the truth is you can even trade at a very small amount. In the Philippine market, they say there's what you call the 8,000 rule, 8K rule, to maximize the potential of what you invest so that you will not be um, at a loss because of the fees. They said that each time you trade with a minimum amount of 8,000 and up. Because if you trade, let's say 3,000, or you buy some shares for 3,000 or 5,000, you will still pay the same amount when you buy it worth 8,000 pesos. So that's what they said. But in the US market, you can even trade as low as 1,000 pesos, 2,000 pesos, and that's in dollars, of course. And if you don't, with eToro, if you do not use any leverage, when I say leverage, you don't borrow money from the platform, you don't have to pay any fees. So come, think about it. It's wiser, in fact, to trade the U.S. market, and the volume in the U.S. market is really high. So very stable moves. Now, MPI, again, breakdown in price. We had a support over here. I remember plotting a support in this area before. In this area because we had some consolidation, but too bad there was a breakdown in price, so it is now finding its next support. And I would have to say potentially this is another area to watch out for. This area. Okay, the reason why I said that is because of this. Okay, and this used to be a resistance over here. So when it broke that resistance, it revisited that line to stabilize the support before it went up. Okay. Let me also check. Did I check ISM? Not yet. ISM, you're already at the oversold area, but let's check out. Wow. Because it broke that support over here, it might revisit this line. Hope not, but it might. That's the next possible that I can see. Possible support that I can see. Okay, because of this, this. But let's see what is next on the news. Quarterly report. Revenue, net income is good. The price is still moving downwards. It's just that it's really market sentiment. Okay, but let's wait for a green candlestick. Again, following the Bollinger Band trading strategy, let's wait for a green candlestick to engulf this candlestick in the next 3 days, probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The rule is any day between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it should engulf this candlestick. Then we can say we already have a bounce because we're already at the oversold level. Okay, do you have any other questions? Um, SMPH. Let's check out SMPH. There's a breakdown in price. This could be a resistance. See that? It hit that level and there was a price rejection. So We're now below the MA20 line, so it might test this area again. This is the next possible support that I am seeing. There. Okay, it might test that. Okay, because see this? Price stopping at that area multiple times. So chances are it will, hopefully it bounces in that level before it goes up again. Otherwise, let's cross the bridge when we get there. But if the price breaks down, then we need to find the next possible support. MRC made an attempt to bounce. Okay, look at the volume. The amount of volume that sold their position yesterday, bringing the price down, is also this almost the same volume that lift the price up. Hopefully, we see another green candlestick engulfing this red, and we can say, okay, we might have a good bounce for this stock, and hopefully create and stabilize in this level, and then probably something like this before it goes up. So let's just wait and see. It's still a waiting game for MRC, but really this is such a sad story for MRC. Um, Back in October, November, yeah, I think that day, it has not really recovered yet. But the business model of MRC is really nice. They're into, what do you call that? Renewable energy. That's their business model. And in the future, there's really a big potential in that industry because we're all into conserving energy, right? Get the energy from the sun. You'll never go wrong with that. I have ATN. ATN is linked to the Build project of the government, and it's now starting to move above, starting to recover, and making an attempt to bounce and reverse its direction. So I'd like to plot this area as our support, price consolidating at that level. So if you want to give it a try, because it's already moving upward here, the nearer you are to 0.91, if the market gives you a chance at that area, you are still safe. This is still at a very cheap level for ATN. Okay. I think many of you, so one thing that I need to remind you guys, uh, really master technical analysis and do not rely on what you see on Facebook, in your group chats. Some people there are, I don't know what to call them. They have fake accounts. That means they start creating the noise, they start talking about a particular stock when they all have already get in. They've entered the stock, and then this is not just one person, guys. I'm telling you. Sometimes this is it's a group of people with deep pockets. When I say with deep pockets, they have a large amount. They buy position, just for example this one. Okay, so they see this as a very promising setup because you're at a very cheap level, you're already at the oversold area, and then let's say there are 5 friends with at least 2 million each, and then they buy shares here. Okay, they buy their position, they enter a position here, and once they're already in, they start talking about it, and then people, especially the newbies, they're enticed to get in. And then when it starts to move up, then all of them, these 5 people who've already entered long before you did, they exit the trade. And this is a result of like one day massive sell off. So that's the sad thing about the Philippine market, because volume wise, it's really slim. But you can't do that in the US market or the main uh, in the bigger countries. because volume there is really huge. But for us here, with your 1 million, sometimes it can move. It can move the price. Just take a look at this. How much was the amount traded for this stock? It's only 1.3 million. The volume for this stock for this day is 1.3 million. What about MRC? 29 million. See that? But ATN, imagine that, 1.03. So what if there are like five people with 1 million each? Could really lift the price. Okay. Any other questions? Let's check out other stocks here. What are the highly traded stocks today? See, there are stocks that are only like 1 million, even 1 million. Okay, so the leading stock would be JFC. We already talked about Ali. What about AC? AC over here, already giving us that promising Bollinger Band and RSI combo. So maybe it will stabilize in this area first. In this area, 810.55 level. It might stabilize in that area first before it moves up. So if the market gives you a chance at this level, that will be a good entry price. BPI. BPI is still triggering the lower band, but you have a support here. So let's test it out. It might give us a bounce in this level. Okay, when it touched this area, it even moved up. Might continue to go down, but not that far. Let's see if it does not break the 89.41 level. Okay, next would be, already talked about these. SMPH, I also talked about that. What about TEL? TEL, this is the support I'm seeing. So I don't know, maybe the market will give us a chance again in that level if it only starts in this area. So if it continues to move up, use your MA20 line as your support. Okay, but this is the support we're seeing, but it's already triggering your MA20 line, so that's a good sign. AGI, I would have to be extra careful because it, look at this, it respected your MA20. MA20 is starting to show a downward direction. And then look at the movement of your stock over here. It might continue to drop in price. MPI, there you have it. URC, use this as your support, 150.47 area. That is the support that I'm seeing. So if some people will take profit, it might bring the price back the 150 pesos area. AEV, I don't feel good. It might give us some more downward movements here. Let's see what happens around this level. This area. Because you had some consolidation here, right? And here. It might touch that level once again. AEV. JGS. Oh, good bounce. I'd use this as my support. You now have a brand new wave. So anywhere from here to here is fine. This is the support we seek. Next would be Bloom. For Bloom, be extra careful, guys. This is the resistance area now. You're moving near the resistance. Okay, so it might rest for a while, and you're also near the overbought area. But if the price starts above the 11.51 and most of the action happens on the upside, then you might have another wave. Normally it does this, but just to let you know that you're already at the resistance area. So it's really a wait and see game on Monday. So if price starts here and most of the action happens down on the below that, then it might go back first in your MA20 level. Globe. This is for Globe. See what happens in this level. Okay, that's the next resistance that I see, because it's now starting to move in an upward direction, so it might test that level. And if you see some signs of weakness, then you can start taking profit. KPPI. I'd like to move this up because it tried to create a support in that level. Looks like we have a brand new support at the 11.43 area. So anywhere from that point to this point is a safe entry price. But of course, the nearer you are to the support, the better, so that you don't get easily kicked out when the direction negates your analysis. Secondly, undecided. Doesn't know whether to go down or start moving up, but let's check what happens in this area. This is where I want to plot our support. Okay. Right. So I think that is it for now, guys. Do you have any other questions? Okay. In the meantime, good night to everyone. It's 11:51 here in Manila. It's been great. Thank you for your requests and for joining me. And what I am going to do next after this, I'll go back to my previous live, the one I did yesterday, and I'll see if the movement of the price really went the way we wanted to go. Okay, I wanted to validate whether my analysis is correct or not, and that's how I learn. I look at how I performed previously with my insights, and then the good for the correct analysis, I reinforce it. So I think that's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me, and please subscribe to our channel. Hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you again hopefully tomorrow. I'll try to think of what other topics I'd like to discuss. If you have any ideas on what topics I can discuss, guys, just drop a comment, okay? Thank you and good night for now.